Here's a video from our friends over at the Department of Defense, friends of the show over at the Pentagon, talking about a little accounting error in which Ukraine received $6.2 billion in excess funds. Here's the spokesmouth explaining why that happened.
Following up from some announcements earlier this year, during the department's regular oversight of our execution of Presidential Drawdown Authority for Ukraine, we discovered inconsistencies in equipment valuation for Ukraine. In a significant number of cases, services used replacement costs rather than net book value, thereby overestimating the value of the equipment drawn down from U.S. stocks and provided to Ukraine. Once we discovered this misvaluation, the comptroller reissued guidance on March 31st, clarifying how to value equipment in line with the financial management regulation and DoD policy to ensure we use the most accurate of accounting methods. We have confirmed that for FY23, the final calculation is $3.6 billion, and for FY22, it is $2.6 billion, for a combined total of $6.2 billion. These valuation errors in no way limit or restricted the size of any of our PDAs or impacted the provision of support to Ukraine. And while the DoD retains the authority to utilize the recaptured PDA, this has no bearing on appropriated USAI or Ukraine PDA replenishment funding approved by Congress.
So there you have $6.2 billion. That's a lot of one-way tickets to the Titanic. $6.2 billion. Well,
I don't want to see the Titanic, but maybe I want to see the Lusitania instead. It's actually a far more shallower end than the Titanic, but still, nonetheless, wow! They found all that money. What a surprise! Accounting error and so much more. Any money for the American people?
Yeah, no, it's just so incredibly obscene. Nick over at RBN did a cool little TikTok type video. He says, "Notice how these accounting errors never go in working class people's favor." Right. Yeah. I had an accounting error in my favor during the pandemic. I was apparently overpaid 2 weeks worth of unemployment insurance. They asked for that back immediately. Not only did New York State ask for it back, I said, okay, well, can I just set up an automatic payment plan? Like just, debit my bank account, whatever, $40 a month until it's paid off. They said, no, you have to mail us a check every month. Of course, they make you mail them a check every month so that you'll forget to do it. And at that point, they can garnish your tax return, which is what they did, because I forgot to do it. I mean, how do you keep up with every single month? So they didn't necessarily garnish the tax return, but they're holding the tax return. They made me submit all my materials and stuff like that. So this is how working people get treated by the government. Meanwhile, the Pentagon, Ukraine, oops, $6.2 billion. Let me show you guys another piece of footage here. This is Donald Rumsfeld. I'm not going to put any context to this right now. I'm going to play it, and then I'm going to have a little quiz for everybody after this, okay? So pay attention. Quiz coming up.
We are, as they say, tangled in our anchor chain. Our financial systems are decades old. According to some estimates, we cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions. We cannot share information from floor to floor in this building because it's stored on dozens of different technological systems that are inaccessible or incompatible.
All right, so there's Donald Rumsfeld saying the Pentagon is missing $2.3 trillion. Now, here's the quiz for everybody. What is the date of this speech? What date is he speaking on there? Kit?
Before 9/11, I'm going to shoot high and say either September 9th or September 10th of 2001. If not that, I might have him before, but I know that he made the statement before 9/11.
Good man. September 10th, 2001.
I'm the smartest man alive.
Yeah, because they would never have said that after 9/11.
Did it?
No.
They would never have been that honest about the state of the military and the Pentagon.
And apparently the Pentagon happened to get hit in the section where those documents were kept that could have accounted for the $2.3 trillion.
Huh, that's oddly convenient.
Interesting.
You don't suppose there was an inside job, do you?
It's interesting. I mean, no.
Whatever.
I believe the Pentagon is safe and effective. Okay? That's my line on the Pentagon here. Okay?
They're doing a heck of a job.
The United States government is safe and effective. That's all I have to say about that. But yeah, interesting. Interesting how these mistakes happen. And there's no follow through. And they always happen in the direction of the MIC.
Well, it's the who watches the watchman.
Right.
Anybody who would hold them accountable is complicit. And as we've seen, really starting under Obama, whistleblowing is a dangerous business these days. Who wants to do that?
Well, also
I like this. This is a good guess, Bulla. I like that. That's funny.
Extra Bulla.
Not quite.
Peter Parker, where are you?
Yeah, no, I mean, just pretty incredible, I think.
Oh my goodness! By the way, hold on, real quick. Whatever happened to Building 7? You know, remember that thing?
Building 7 is safe and effective, kid.
Okay, all right. I'm
right.
sorry. Never mind.
Kid is trying to kamikaze our show.
Building 7.
He came on here with a mission. Are you fucking? Are you working for the Vanguard?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Listen here, MFers. Listen here, you MFers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
Please clap.